In the corner, it's your boy. It's Kavi's Corner.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first ever Sunday edition of Kavi's Corner. Yes, we have moved it over from Mondays to Sundays moving forward. So welcome to everyone. My name is Kavi of Kavi's Corner. Thank you all for joining me. Want to remind you all to please give a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new. That way you can hit the notification bell and you'll know exactly when all of our videos are dropping, whether it's the Wimbledon draw preview coming up, some draw reactions. We've got Kavi's Corner. We've got play-by-play live streams. We've got the countdown with Ben and JG. We got tons of stuff going on. So always a good idea to hit that notification bell. Cap in the house. Hello, Cap from Bulgaria. One of our regulars. Sunday is better. So we already have one person who is liking the new time slot. Cap, if you can hear me well, let me know, because I have been working with my audio and I think I've done some improvements. So if at any point you hear anything, maybe something's not sounding that great or whatnot, please feel free to let me know. Kathy, hello, Kathy. I'm watching Berlin. Don't want to know the outcome, so I'm bailing. Okay, please do bail, and bail now. I won't say anything for the next 20 seconds regarding scores, but hope to see you later on, Kathy, or in the replay. You can check us out. Again, Kathy's also one of our all-stars, one of our faves. Love to have Kathy in the house at all times. All right, so Kathy, hopefully you are... this is a bad thing to say, but hopefully you're not listening, because I don't want to spoil anything for you, because I'm going to start with the slides. So here we go, folks. 3, 2, 1, and spoilers are officially over, because now they're on the screen. Here we go. This is from @FirstServe_Tennis. Your Sunday champions, championship trophy, tennis ball emoji. 4 different countries, folks. We got Alexander Bublik takes the title in Halle. Carlos Alcaraz wins his first ever grass court title in London at the Queen's Club. Yelena Ostapenko wins the Rothsay Classic. That's also in England. And then Petra Kvitova over in Berlin takes the title. Very, very impressive list of champions here, folks. All right, moving on first. So I'm going to go in chronological order of when the matches started. So Bublik first. Bublik wins Halle. There you go. Are you not entertained? He's one of the most entertaining players on tour. What a player. What a tournament. Clap emoji. And of course, this is from @RelevantTennis. I'm not sure if I mentioned that. First ATP 500 title for him. Second title in his career. Takes out Andrei Rublev, who's been on fire for the last couple of months. 6-3, 3-6. 6-3. So what a performance from the Kazakhstani player Alexander Bublik. A little bit more. Check this out. This is from @Kokonakis2. The caption. So when Bublik won his first title, his caption was simply he. And of course, after he wins his second title, his second caption is he. And then number 2 in parentheses. I thought that was really clever. This guy is definitely a showman. He loves having a crowd, loves playing to a crowd. He's one of those guys who feeds off the energy of those surrounding him. So congratulations. And a little bit more on Bublik. This is from @Gil_Gross, one of the best commentators out there, in my opinion, when it comes to tennis. He says, I suspect if you told Bublik in February, after an 0-8 start to 2023, that he'd hit a new career high ranking by June, he'd have laughed at you. Yeah, I would say so. I do remember at the beginning of the year, he couldn't buy a win, that guy, and then finally broke through, and now he's starting. He's at a career high. I mean, come on. So it just goes to show that if you start slow sometimes, folks, it doesn't mean the race is over. Continuing on from @VunchV2K, saying Bublik 2023 Halle 500 strong title run. Look at this, folks. Takes out 5 players, all in the top 22 in the world. Takes out Borna Coric, number 14 in the first round. Second round, Jan-Lennard Struff, who's also been on fire. He made it to the finals last week. He also made it to the finals a few weeks ago in Madrid. We got Sinner retired after 2 games in the second set. But again, a win is a win. And of course, Bublik takes out Zverev in the semis, 6-3, 7-5. Folks, this guy was trolling Zverev. At the end of the second set, on Zverev's second serves, Bublik was standing halfway between the service line and the baseline. Total intimidation tactics, and it worked. Also, in the final, he takes out Rublev. You want to hear something crazy? In the final game, he was serving for the match. He ends up hitting 3 double faults in that game. But in the end of that game, to close it out, he hits a second serve ace at 220 kilometers an hour. So that's like the most Bublik way to win a tournament that I could ever imagine. So there we go. Continuing on, another one from Vunch at Vunch2K. All eyes on Bublik round 1 at Wimbledon. Why, you're asking, Kavi? This is why. Because another stat from Vunch, which I thought was interesting. Since 2011, so in the last 11 straight tournaments, every non-Federer Halle champion has gone on to lose the first round at Wimbledon. That's 6 players in a row. There you go. Kohlschreiber, Haas, Meyer, Chorich, Humbert, and Hurkacz all on that list. Okay, folks, and then one last one regarding Bublik. Here we go. This is from at the tennis letter, Alexander Bublik to Andrei Rublev. This is on court in the trophy ceremony, saying, congrats to my longtime friend Andrei. Walking on this court today against you, I was thinking about our first match. I remember it very clearly back probably 15 years ago, and I said, whoa, what a long way we've come. And if you know me, I love the histories that these players have. Look how cute these two guys are with their little buck teeth. You got Rublev on the left. You got Bublik on the right. Both turned into strong tennis players, strong men. And great to see that friendships last so long, even in such a competitive environment. All right, folks, I'm going to take a second to acknowledge who is in the chat, and then we'll get back to some more slides. Audio sounds crisp and clear. Thank you, Kathy. I know Kathy's not here. Kavi, I hear you well. No problem whatsoever. Perfect. I've moved my microphone. You can't see it, but it's kind of lower here, but it's right below where I'm speaking. So Hassan Ahmed. Welcome, Hassan. Great to have you. Saying Alcaraz, I hope he wins Wimbledon. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of Alcaraz fans hoping for that. And he's set himself up in a good way to not have to face Novak until finals potentially. So there you go. Carlos is such a quick learner. You have to love that, says Cap. Yeah, we're going to get into Alcaraz here in a second. We got Matthew D'Souza. Welcome, Matthew D'Souza. Folks, again, as I always kind of mention, if you feel like supporting the channel, please do like this video, subscribe. Also, look in the description box below for different ways you can support. You can buy merch. You can join our Discord. You can chat with our commentators and such. But yeah, lots of cool things that you can do. All right, folks. Oh, actually, Hassan with a good question saying Medvedev chances at Wimbledon. I don't know. He hasn't been that great on the grass. He's actually surprisingly did better on clay than he did in this grass season. So I know he got upset by Roberto Bautista Agut in Berlin. I think that was a second round match. And then he got upset. Oh yeah, upset in the French Open. Of course, I was on clay. I'm not really sure. I'm gonna say he's in like the second category of people who are in contention. Yeah. Medi and Tsitsipas just ain't looking good. I agree with you, Cap. Not right now. Although I could see Tsitsipas kind of picking it up. I could see both of them picking up. But right now, yeah, it's definitely not looking super hot for these two. All right, we're going to move on to our second champion of the day. Who was it? It was Carlitos. This is from Joao Pinto saying the first one. Alcaraz gets his very first title on grass, defeating de Minaur in straight sets 6-4, 6-4. Very, very good match. He'll recover the number 1 spot in the ATP rankings, surpassing Novak Djokovic, who will be the number 1 seed in Wimbledon. Such nice news. Hashtag cinch championships. And there you go. Alcaraz is actually a picture of him from last year because today he was wearing his green outfit, which he will not be able to wear in Wimbledon because you're only allowed to wear whites. Yeah, just real quick about this match. So I called this match earlier. Basically, this is what happened. Alcaraz had 2 break points, converted both of them. One in the first set, one in the second set. De Minaur had 2 both in the first set, was unable to convert either of them, and that was basically the match. But it was really tight. De Minaur is a great mover, forced Alcaraz to hit extra balls, which is something that Alcaraz normally does to his opponents. So a great showing and a great week for the Australian, and I'd say a formidable week. So congratulations to him, even though he didn't win, although he does have a 500 win in Acapulco this year. So pretty good year so far for Alex de Minaur, the demon, as they call him. Jose Morgado for this one, saying, since losing that first set to lucky loser Arthur Rinderknecht, it was flawless week for Carlos Alcaraz. 10 consecutive sets, got better as the week advanced. Ideal prep for Wimbledon. I do agree fully. Carlos Alcaraz in 2023, this from @Bastian Fashan. He wins his first event on clay in Buenos Aires. He wins his first event on hard court, Indian Wells, and he wins his first event on grass. That's a Queen's 500 there. So the last player to do this, guess, folks. I'll let you guess in the comments. Let's see if anyone can guess. I'm going to give you 10 seconds. I know who did it, and I know what year. And you might not be surprised if you've been following tennis for the last decade or so or more. All right, 3, 2, 1. And the answer is Novak Djokovic. 2011 was the last player to win his first, the first event that he played on each surface. So I believe it was the Australian Open. I forgot what the hard court was Australian. I forgot what I think the clay was French. No, he did a lead up. Yeah, whatever it says. Yeah, anyways. And then he wins Wimbledon. So that is that. Michael Walker, close. Had a Nadal, pretty good guess. Cap, also a pretty good guess, saying Federer. Both of you were close, but no cigar on that one. The Wimbledon dress code should be pink. Okay, we also have some questions here. Matthew D'Souza, what obstacles could stop Carlos making the final? Sinner, Medvedev, Zverev, but all seem to have issues. Yeah, with the way he's playing and the way he's kind of figuring out this grass thing right now, I'm starting to believe. Maybe a week ago, if you asked me, I would have thought if he makes a semi, that would be a very, very good result. Obviously, it would be a good result for anyone. But I really believe he is now firmly, without Djokovic in his way on his half, I think he will be a favorite for the final. That is just me. Shame on FAA. Kyrgios, Berrettini aren't in top fitness and form. Would have made the draw so much more intriguing. I agree with you, Matthew D'Souza. Very, very true what you were saying there. Another one from Matthew saying Medvedev should be favorite to win his quarter. He was in great hard court form post AO. Yeah. So let's see. Again, he's only played one match. Two. I think he lost in the second round. Joker, of course. There you go. I hope Nole doesn't equal Roger at Wimbledon. Oh, he might. Oh, we'll see. And then we got Feliciano Lopez won Queens twice. Who would think about that? Exactly. Nadal has as well. Alcaraz is the fourth, actually. I'm not sure who the other one is. There's Lopez, Nadal, Alcaraz now, but there's a fourth one they were mentioning. Clay was Madrid for Novak. Thank you, Michael. Yeah, it was Australian Open, Madrid, and then Wimbledon. So those were the first of each. I miss Berrettini. Yeah. He should buy a backhand, that guy. Anyways, continuing on, Carlos Alcaraz, this is another one from Bunch, is just a casual 135 wins to just 35 losses at ATP level so far. That's a 78.8% winning percentage, 64-14 on clay for 82.1%. 9-2 on grass, surprisingly, his second best surface, although, of course, look at the numbers, only 11 matches played. 9-2 on grass. He's only played 3 tournaments, 2 Wimbledons, and, of course, he won his 5 matches here at the Queen's Club. And then on outdoor hard court, 41-13. That's a 75.9% winning percentage, and 16-6, 72.7% on indoor hard courts. Since the completion of the 2021 Paris Masters event, Carlos Alcaraz is a whopping 102-17. That's an 85.7% laughable. Yeah, I mean, the numbers. We got a few more numbers for you because he has made some history today. 17 active players have won at least one ATP title on clay, hard, and grass. This is the list, folks. Novak. We got Nadal, Murray, Cilic, Thiem, Medvedev, Tsitsipas, Dimitrov, Lopez, Gasquet, Isner, Bautista Agut, Pui, Chorich, Sonego, Tiafo. That's a new one because it's in bold. He won 2 this year. He won clay this year and he won grass this year. And Alcaraz won 1 of each this year. Alcaraz is 5.25 years younger than Tsitsipas, who is the second youngest on the list. You know, I always thought Tiafo was younger than Tsitsipas, but I guess I thought wrong. So yeah, pretty impressive there. Only 17 active players won a title on all 3 surfaces. Okay, this is another comparison just to show you guys where Alcaraz is compared to the big 3 in terms of on grass from the beginning of their careers. So Roger Federer from @GigiCat7_. Roger Federer needed 4 years and 32 matches to win a grass court title. So basically it took him 4 years of being a pro until he won his first title. Nadal, it was 5 years and 38 matches. Novak, surprisingly, 6 years and 48 matches, because now I'd say he's potentially the best of them all on grass, although Roger might still have a argument there. But look, Carlos Alcaraz, it took him just 2 years and 11 matches. So pretty impressive. And look at the size of this trophy. I mean, it's massive. It's just hilariously massive. It's almost comically massive. Yeah. And what else we got? And then this is, I think, the final slide. Another one from Jose Morgado. Alcaraz says, I'm number 1, but my chances at Wimbledon don't change because of that. Novak is coming. This guy has his head on straight. He understands what is at stake. He understands that his biggest challenge is to learn how to overcome Novak in a 5-set match. I don't think what he's saying is Novak is coming, meaning like, oh, he's coming for me. I think what he meant is Novak will be there. So whether you think I'm a favorite or not, Novak is there and he's probably the favorite. So there you go, Alcaraz. Nice little acknowledgement there. I always love when people, give props to those ahead of them, before them, you know what I mean? Let's see here. What else we got? Why is Novak not the top seed in Wimbledon? Because Alcaraz, by winning the tournament earlier this morning or earlier today, depending on where you are, morning, afternoon, evening, Alcaraz overtook Djokovic by like 80 points. So he got 500 points for winning this tournament. Djokovic has not been playing, and Djokovic was only ahead by like 420 points or something. So Alcaraz has overtaken him, and it is confirmed that they will be on both sides because neither of them are playing next week, and no one else can change in the rankings from like 3rd. So there you go. Sean Power, the lack of grass court experts plays a part as well. Yeah, very, very true, Sean. Very true. I continue to say and continually say that the grass court season is too short. You got so much clay, so much hard court, and then you got like 3 tournaments. And if you play all 3 of them, you're going to be dead tired for Wimbledon. So maximum, let's say you got 2 tournaments before Wimbledon. There's a couple after, but come on, who's going to keep playing grass after? Unless you're trying to get points and you're a good grass court player. Cap, the trophy is a queen size. Yeah, for sure. Nole is favorite. Definitely 100%. Nole is the favorite for Wimby. Alcaraz is a really nice guy, says Vesna Lukic. Very cool name. I mean, I've never met him, but definitely I get that sense as well, Vesna. Okay, folks, let's move on to the second half of our champions. Again, I'm doing it chronological by what happened. So Bublik, he started and ended his match first. Alcaraz second. Third, which one was it, folks? Well, it was either one of these two. Check it out. Kvitova, this from @Diego_Barbiani, saying Kvitova and Ostapenko winning titles on grass in the same week, like it's 2014 all over again. And that is the photo from 2014. And wow, look how beautiful both of these ladies are. You got Kvitova, the big, tall Czech blonde on the right, and you've got the Latvian on the left, Ostapenko. And yeah, look at that. Wonderful photo. And we are starting with Jelena Ostapenko. This is from @the_LTA, the Lawn Tennis Association, the Rothsay Classic champion. You got Jelena Ostapenko, folks, and I love this poster. They made it look like a movie with some reviews and some, quotes. Champion. It's, of course, 250 level tournament. And look at that, Ostapenko with a ferocious roar after she wins. Congratulations to the champ. Yelena Ostapenko from @Tennis1 app saying Yelena Ostapenko won a battle of two former French Open champions, beating Barbora Krejcikova 7-6, 6-4 to win the Birmingham Open on Sunday. Rothsay Classic. Couple of French Open champs. Continuing on, the sixth title of her career. And there you go. Hashtag Rothsay Classic at Yelena Ostapenko. And I would say this trophy is a very nice and classy and appropriately sized trophy. There is Ostapenko, all smiles. She's wearing a cool little getup. Looks like a custom jacket. I think she makes her own kind of clothing. I really like this color scheme actually, with the kind of, was that teal with the kind of peach and gray. Also, Diminor had gray and pink as well. I think it's a good mix. More of a hot pink and a more solid gray. But anyways, there we go. As you all know, I love talking about the kits. And check this out from @Talking Tennis TT. Love to see it. And then they're kind of sharing the title run route. This is from Vunch, Ostapenko's sixth WTA title run. Check it out, folks. Very impressive. The first four matches went to a deciding third set. So the first two went with the same pattern. She wins up a break in the first set. Actually, a couple breaks there. And then she loses 5-7 and then takes it easily in the third. Same thing, 6-3 in the first set in match 2, 5-7 in the second, 6-3 over Venus. And she was also 0-2 and 15-40 down in the third set. So under huge duress, but she comes through there. Magdalena Freck also, this time, she had to come back. Ostapenko loses the first set, loses 4-6, and then takes it 7-5, 6-2. Potapova, again, she loses the first set, wins the last two, 6-2, 6-4, and then against Krejcikova, her first and only straight sets victory in this tournament, and she saved one set point in the first set. So very, very impressive run. And Ostapenko, we all know, can sometimes be testy, and not necessarily towards her opponents, but she can. And of course, definitely towards the lines people, the umpires, things like that, because she keeps thinking every ball of hers is in. But I love to see they had a really nice, warm smile, a genuine smile, genuine embrace. So yeah, a couple of nice ladies. And congratulations to Yelena Ostapenko and also Barbora Krejcikova, who ended up losing in the finals on the singles, but won in her doubles. So bittersweet for her there. Okay, moving on. Actually, you know what? Let's check out the comments real quick before we move on to the lovely Petra Kvitova. All right. So, Kavi on Alcaraz. I don't know her. Yeah, sorry, my bad. Him. I don't know him. If I said that, my bad. Ostapenko is unrecognizable from that pick. Yeah, look, that's 9 years ago. So everyone's going to be a little different in 9 years. But yeah, I hear what you're saying. Who's a favorite in women's side for this Wimbledon, in your opinion? Does Iga have a chance? I think Iga has a chance. I think Rybakina has a chance. I also think Ons Jabeur might have a little bit of a chance. So those are the kind of three. I also think the obvious ones, of course, Rybakina, Iga, and Sabalenka. Those are the three that are, definitely going to be in the running for all the titles. But I do also think that Ons Jabeur has a really good shot. And watch out for Ostapenko. On this surface, Ostapenko can out-hit literally anyone on the women's tour. So yeah, there you go. Okay. Oh, Hassan saying, I worry Nadal won't return at all. Hassan, I think Nadal is doing the Federer thing. Yeah, I wonder as well, because I just don't know if he's going to be, I don't know if he's going to be able to kind of contend for majors. It's just going to be too tough. You never know. If anyone could will their way to a victory, I believe he might have that. But it's going to be tough for sure. Kavi, I was joking. I love that Mariah Carey comment about Jennifer Lopez. There you go. Sweet Cap. Hey, folks, check this out. Hit the like button. Yeah, hit the like button. And don't forget, subscribe if you're new to the channel. We've got about 8 likes so far. We got about 16 people. So if you feel like it, please do give us a little bit of love and support. We really appreciate that from everyone. Okay, folks, let's get back to it. From at WTA, Queen of Berlin. I got some stats that are going to blow your mind about Petra Kvitova, folks. Anyways, Queen of Berlin at Petra Kvitova, never dropping a set all tournament. And then you got the crown for the Queen. Hashtag Bet1 Open. Pretty interesting looking trophy. It looks like a YouTube award or something when you hit a certain amount of subscribers. And there you go. Lovely smile. The beautiful Petra Kvitova takes her 31st title of her career at First Serve Tennis. Petra Kvitova, the Czech player, is champion in Berlin. It's the WTA career title number 31 for Petra, defeating Donna Vekic in straight sets despite being down a break in the second set. She takes it 2-6. Quality match by both. Fire emoji and Puid, which is, I believe, I hope I'm saying it correctly, which is how you say kind of like, let's go in Czech. And there you go. This actually a photo is, it's not from today. She was wearing a different color outfit, the green, but I think this is from the tournament. Continuing on, folks, Petra, now look at these stats. Some of them are mind-boggling. You kind of forget because even though she's been prominent and around, she's had a couple like more kind of quiet years. So you sometimes forget her accolades. They're phenomenal. Petra Kvitova's 31 titles include 2 majors, 1 WTA finals, 9 1,000 level masters, 1 elite trophy, 14 500s, and 4 250 level. 20 hard titles, 6 grass, 5 clay, model of versatility. And look at this. This is my favorite stat. What a clutch performer. 31 wins and 11 losses in finals, basically winning 3 out of 4 matches in finals. And look at this, 27-8 in 500 plus levels. So even stronger. I guess that's about the same ratio. Let's see, 8 times 3. 20. No, it's higher. It's higher. Yeah. And 6 Billie Jean King Cup titles. Also, if she brings this kind of level to Wimbledon, she hasn't since 2014. Good luck to everyone. I agree. And so that's rounds out the question when you were saying who do you think is going to be in the mix? Well, Kvitova is in there now. She has firmly inserted herself into the mix. So I would say the big 3. We got Ons Jabeur as well. We got Ostapenko, and I'd say Kvitova. So I'd say those 6. I'm probably going to be choosing my predictive champion from that pool, but I might not 100%. I might have to look through the entire list, but I'm pretty sure that's going to be my list there. Max, one of my favorites of all time, the Stanley Cup champion, without rubbing it once in my face, not even one time. Max saying, hey, Kavi and everyone, congratulations to Carlos winning in Queens. Reminds me of Rafa winning in Queens back in 2008. There you go. Max, also a huge music buff, always dropping some music titles in our chats. Nadal can be another Murray. One can never discard him until he officially retires. I just don't see Nadal battling it out in challengers and things like that. I just don't see it. But I wouldn't necessarily put it past him. So I guess we'll see. We'll see. Okay, folks, continuing on with some stats here. Mind-boggling stats. Like I said, look at the final stats. So compared to other players all within 1 year older and within 3 years younger. So this is a crop within 4 years. These 4 players were born. And Azarenka, very impressive, 21 wins, 20 losses in finals, 2 and 3 in majors in the finals, of course. Kvitova, like I said, 31-11, 2-1 in majors. Simona Halep, 24 and 18, also very impressive, 2 and 3 in major finals. And Garbine Muguruza, born in 93, is 10 and 7, also very impressive there. 2 and 2 in major finals. So I'd kind of forgotten, or maybe not forgotten, but I maybe never knew some of these stats. But yeah, absolutely phenomenal stat line here from Petra Kvitova. Now a little bit on Donna Vekic from At the Tennis Letter. This is Barbara Rittner, the woman who was doing the post-match interview. So they didn't do like the ceremonies both in the Queens and here in Berlin. I believe they're kind of like were interviews. They weren't like, here's a mic, you talk. It was like, I'm sure, like they asked Alcaraz, I'm sure you'd like to congratulate your opponent first. And he's like, yes, I'd like to thank and your team for doing such a great result. So I think it's the same thing here. Anyways, the lady who was interviewing them was saying, I followed, this is Barbara Rittner to Donna Vekic as she was sitting down before standing up to receive the trophy. She said, I've followed your career for some years. You were the best junior under 14, 16, 18. And I know you've had so many really bad injuries, but you're always fighting your way back through. All the best for Wimbledon. I hope to see you go very far. And she was holding back some tears because, of course, she had just lost the title match. But the very, very beautiful and pretty Donna Vekic with a wonderful result. And let's hear from her coach from at PH Shriver. Pam Shriver, of course, tennis legend and coach of Donna Vekic, saying an amazing and professional team to be a part of. Wonderful week, Donna Vekic. And congratulations, Petra Kvitova, reminding everyone why she is one of the best grass court players of this era. Absolutely true. Without a doubt. And there you go. So the tears were erased, and there you go. Lovely smile. She got the runners-up trophy. There's coaches on either side of her. This guy kind of reminds me of the actor Christoph Waltz, who's in Inglourious Bastards and Django Unchained and things like that. Folks, let me know in the comments, who do you think this from this GIF is from at Second Serves. Penko, Petra, Carlos Bublik. Who was your favorite Sunday champion? Let me know in the comments. Curious to know who was cheering for who's rooting for who. All right, folks, going to go back to the comments, and then we're going to do a little tiny bit of Wimbledon setup, and then we'll probably wrap it up. We're just a little over half hour into it. Yeah, so not too bad. By the way, folks, got the green screen. Hope you are liking it. And again, in case you have forgotten, please do give us a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Okay. Actually, we don't have any new comments since the last time I looked through. Let me see if I go back. Nope, it looks like we're all caught up. I think I got most of the comments here. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and instead of doing, so normally what I do on this page is I give you the race leaders and the ranking changes. However, I am more interested right now in the Wimbledon seeds, which have been released. So instead of rankings, I'm going to show you the seeds, which is, I think, more important at this moment. So from at Tennis Updates 23, women's Wimbledon seeds have not seen any withdrawals yet. So as of right now, this is how it stands. We have Iga, number 1, Sabalenka 2, Rybakina 3, Pegula 4, Garcia 5, Jabeur number 6, Coco number 7, Sakkari 8, Kvitova 9, and Krejcikova rounds out the top 10. And then there you go, 11 through 16, Kasatkina, Kudermetova, Haddad Maia, Bencic, Samsonova, Mukova. And then on the second half, Ostapenko, number 17, Pliskova 18, Azarenka 19, Vekic 20, Alexandrova, Potapova, Lynette, Zheng, Keys, Kalinina, Pera, Mertens, Begu, Martic, Sharif, and Bozkova round out the top 32. So there might be changes to this again, folks, depending on if anyone gets injured, say in the lead up. Hopefully that will not be the case. But, injuries are a part of the game. Speaking of injuries, Karen Khachanov, who's made it very deep into the last 3 or 4 majors, I think quarters, and I know he made semis in the U.S. Open, semis at Australian Open, I think maybe the quarters at the French. Anyways, he's been doing really well. So that is going to open up a spot for someone who wants to make a run. Maybe one of these next gen guys, not next gen, but next gen guys who haven't really made runs could take that spot. Who knows? Okay, so this is how it looks for Wimbledon. Alcaraz won because of his win today, overtaking Djokovic, but there will be no changes to the top 2 until at least after Wimbledon. Medvedev 3, Ruud 4, Tsitsipas 5, Rune 6, Rublev 7, Sinner 8, Fritzy 9, and Tiafoe rounds out the top 10. We got the first Canadian at number 11 with FAA. We got Norrie 12, Coric, Musetti, de Minaur, Paul rounding out the top 16. And the second half of our seeds, Hurkacz, Cerundolo, Zverev. Zverev will be a tough out. Struff will also be a tough out. Very aggressive player on a very aggressive surface. Batista Agut, 21. Dimitrov, we got Korda, 23. Nishioka, 24. Bublik, fresh champion, number 25. Nicholas Jarry, 26, Shapovalov, the second Canadian, number 27. And then rounding out the last 5, Evans, Griekspoor, Etcheverry, Kyrgios, and Fokina. Next up would be Ben Shelton if anyone catches an injury. We have James Gray at James Gray Sport saying Alex de Minaur on Nick Kyrgios' fitness after he pulled out of Mallorca this week. So, of course, coming up this week, we've got tournaments in Mallorca. We've got a few other ones as well, which I don't think I loaded up. I might have to quickly do that. It's unfortunate for Nick. We don't know. He still might be able to make it for Wimbledon. At this point, if anyone's asking me how well Nick Kyrgios is going to do, I'm going to say he has virtually zero chance to win Wimbledon. I know there's some chatter, people saying that if anyone has a chance or the best chance to beat Novak, it's Kyrgios. I would say if he was on and healthy, yes, he could definitely be there. But right now, I don't see it whatsoever. That's just my opinion. Let's see here. Move this down. And actually, I'm going to have to try and do two things at once here because I wanted to also load up for you all of next week's tournaments. So that will just take me 1 second. Okay, looks like we got it. So if you're wondering who is doing what in the lead up to Wimbledon, this is what it looks like, folks. It goes a little bit something like this. The Mallorca Championships in Spain, that's an ATP 250. And then we've got the Bad Homburg Open. That's going to be in Bad Homburg, Germany. WTA 250. We got the Rothsay International. That's in Eastbourne. So that's going to be an ATP 250 and a WTA 500. And then, of course, the championships qualifying. So Wimbledon qualifying as well is going to be going on this week. And then, of course, next week, we kick it off, folks. We kick off the tournament. All right, I got one more slide that I'm going to show you, and then I'm going to let you guys guess who the players of the week are. My last slide is kind of a fun one. Check it out. This is from Jose Morgado. He's doing a screenshot of Arina Sabalenka, her Instagram post. Check it out. She's at Wimbledon. Look at that. Nole and Arina Sabalenka. And look at the caption. It's really funny. Sabalenka _Arina. 24 Grand Slams in one pick. Guess how many of them is mine. So there you have it, folks. Both champions in Australia earlier this year. Of course, Nole wins the French Open. He is trying to do the calendar slam. And if he wins Wimbledon, he will be 3/4 of the way there. Arina Sabalenka didn't do what she wanted to in the French Open, which was make it into the finals. However, a very, very good run she did have on the clay court season, beating Iga in Madrid as well on the way. So pretty good results. And she will definitely be one of the favorites. I'm still considering if she'll be one of mine. I did pick her in Australia. I did make the mistake of not picking the guy on the left, but we will see what happens. Okay, folks, now this is how we are going to go down. I'm going to go through the comments real quick. Siontech is playing a 250 grass tournament this week, not the 500 one. Isn't this weird? She's the number one player in the world. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I mean, 250, 500, she's so many points ahead of everyone that it really doesn't matter. Maybe she's trying to feel more confidence. So maybe there's going to be potentially a lower level of group of players that are in there. And maybe she's thinking, oh, okay, I want to really feel confidence. I want to maybe work my way into a tournament. So that might be one of the reasons, but I honestly don't think it's too big of a deal. There's so few tournaments to lead up at Wimbledon that, I think as long as you're playing, you're in good shape. We got Edgar saying Alcaraz number one ranking is fraudulent. I don't think it's fraudulent. Alcaraz didn't do anything wrong. Winning tennis matches and tournaments is no fault. But if you're asking me who the best player in the world is, I am going to say Nole. And I also think that in my mind, I still think Nole should be 2,000 points ahead because he didn't get the 2,000 points. Alcaraz would have gotten 180. So that's it's the difference of 1,800 and whatever, 80 or something. So Novak would definitely be number one in my mind. I mean, obviously on paper as of now, he's not, or as of tomorrow morning, technically. But I agree. I don't say it's fraudulent, but I don't consider Alcaraz as the world number one in this moment, if that makes sense. Alcaraz es mi favorito. Yo también, amigo. Yo gusta Alcaraz mucho también. So yeah, Alcaraz is also my current favorite player. So yeah, we got that in common. Buff Gaming. Although you guys all know I'm just a huge tennis fan. I'm the type of guy who would, like, for example, if I had to choose, hey, as an Alcaraz fan, would you rather him win 6-love, 6-2 this morning, or lose in like a thriller, a third set tiebreaker? I would say I'd rather him lose, because I just love watching great tennis. So if you're winning 6-love, 6-2, you might be just destroying it. It might be all one-way traffic, but you love to watch these matches, the Sinner match against him, the Runa versus Djokovic match, like these matches that elevate the game of tennis. These are the ones that I love. Okay, folks. So now we have an unfortunate situation. I had some technical difficulties, and for that reason, I was unable to get our Women's Player of the Week button. But I'm going to let you guys guess, and yeah, there you go. Ooh, look at this. Cap saying Kvitova Ostapenko round 1 in Eastbourne. Oh my God. Yeah, I actually saw a tweet about that. And the tweet said, which of these two is going to pull out of the tournament first? I thought that was kind of funny. But let's see. That would be kind of cool. A couple of champions playing their next match after respectively each winning a title. Okay, folks, anyone guesses for the Women's Player of the Week? Anyone? Let me know what you think. Who you think it was. Now, because I have no button for this player, I'm just going to hit a button for someone whose button I just really love. So even though this is not for the player whose button it is, this goes out to Petra Kvitova, my WTA Player of the Week. Again, this is not her, but I'm just throwing this button up.
I'm going to make a whole song called Francis. I'm bringing it out soon.
Francis, what you do to me, yeah, bo, 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 bo. Francis, what you do to me, yeah, bo, 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 bo.
Okay, so that was for Kvitova via the Tiafo button. Good job, JG, on that one. I always love that button. Tiafo, fo, fo, fo. That's my favorite part when it goes to 4. Fo, fo, fo. Okay, folks, so we had one guess, and it was close. It could have been Ostapenko, but in the end, I chose Kvitova just because after I looked at her stats, I was like, damn, those are freaking amazing. I thought Wimbledon had its own unique formula for calculating the seeds for the championships. You know what? That is something I'm not aware of. So maybe I'll look into that. You got me thinking about something there. So thank you for that. But yeah, I'm not exactly sure about that. So I don't want to comment. I don't want to say something incorrect. JG confessing his love for Tiafo is everything. I agree, folks. I agree. Okay, folks, we're 45 minutes, almost 45 minutes in. We have one more player of the week. Guess who it's going to be, folks? I'm going to give you 10 seconds, and then I'm just going to play the button. Yeah, so about 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the answer is
Vamos, Carlos Alcaraz. 1, 2, 3, vamos. Vamos, Carlos Alcaraz. Vamos.
All right, so Cap guessed Bublik, and I mean, full disclosure, I didn't have the Bublik button loaded up, and unfortunately, I wasn't able to get Ben or JG to send it to put it into our system, or else I would have done Bublik. I feel like Alcaraz is too easy of a pick, but so Cap, in in theory, you are right. In buttons, you are not, but I'm going to give you the victory there because I was going to actually choose Bublik. Edgar, thank you for updating us, saying that system ended last year. So that was in regards to this, where you said, again, sorry, I don't know the name here. I'm unable to read the characters, the language that it's written in, but saying, I thought Wimbledon had its own unique formula for calculating the seeds for the championships. And that's where Edgar is saying, that system ended last year. Alcaraz, yep, you got it. And again, kind of by default, because I was unable to get the button. However, I think that's going to do it, folks. We're going to have one more Covey's Corner. I'll do a wrap-up of all the 4 tournaments that I mentioned. And you know what? I'll actually put them on the screen one more time in case anyone is wondering which tournaments are coming up. Here is one more time. We've got Mallorca in Spain. We've got Bad Homburg, Germany. We've got Eastbourne, Great Britain. And then, of course, the Wimbledon qualifyings themselves going on at the end of this week. So that's going to do it for Covey's Corner, folks. If you haven't done so yet, you know I'm going to ask you, please do like this video, subscribe to the channel. Like I said, it really helps us bring you more tennis. And then that way you can be notified by hitting the notification bell as to when all of our cool content, I was about to say cool ass content, I don't know why I was going to say that cool content is going to make onto YouTube. And we love your engagement. We love watching tennis with you. We love talking tennis with you. We love answering your questions, whatever have you. Tennis, we love it. That's why it's called Game to Love. It is, and it is the game that we love. My friend over here is saying thanks. Now, is that Thai characters? I'm not sure. Hey, no, I was late. Sorry, Covey. We'll rewatch when you wrap up. You got it, Goldflake. And hey, let's not forget, Goldflake is our leaderboard on the top tippers. You'll see that next time we have a live stream. Yeah, thank you for joining, Goldflake. And you know what, my friend, you can probably start the rewatch in about a minute here because Covey is calling it. That was it for Covey's Corner, the first edition of Sunday Covey's Corner, our new time slot. Really hope you enjoyed it, folks. We'll see you again next Sunday, but likely you'll see me sometime in between on a stream or two. But yeah, up until then, until that time comes, I will see you all soon. Have a great Sunday or maybe even a Monday, depending on where you are. Peace out, y'all.
It's Covey's Corner.
Give it a like. I said give it a like. Leave a little comment, share the video, and hit subscribe. That's right.
It's your boy.
Check out this other video.